Today I'm reading from the book Soul of Remedy, the second last chapter of miasm, and miasms are leprous and cancer miasm. The leprous miasm has a feature to indicate that it is almost exactly between the tubercular and syphilitic miasm. The main feeling in the leprous miasm is one of intense oppression and intense hopelessness with an intense desire for change. In its pathology, leprosy is of three distinct types. Tubercular leprosy, though progressive, has a better prognosis than the other two types. There is a hope. While in lepromatous leprosy, on the other hand, is rapidly progressive and destructive, resembling the syphilis. The intermediate type lies between these two. According to me, the drug which best represents the leprous miasm is sickle core. In repertory, under the rubric skin eruptions leprosy, cans give the sickle core and sulfur in the bold types. The symptoms we find in the leprous patients are loathing for self, ashamed, abandoned, means forsaken, hatred, and despised. Leper are treated worse than animal and are often the object of loathing. It is an almost hopeless situation. In sickle core, we find violent fight wants to forsaken his relatives, forsakes his relatives, and becomes shameless. It is known for its destructive pathologies, especially gangrene, which would be one of the prominent pathology of leprous miasm. This miasm requires much deeper investigation and I haven't been able to understand it fully yet. Second one is cancer miasm. The cancer miasm lies between the psychotic and syphilitic. It develops when the psychotic means with the feeling of fixed ideas, a fixed weakness, is subject to extreme stress and where he is expected to perform exceedingly well. There is a feeling of weakness within, yet there is the need to perform very well and live up to expectations. The main feeling of this miasm is, therefore, that he is expected to perform exceedingly well, which he feels incapable of doing. So, the demand has been put upon him, and although he would like to cover up his imagined weakness and feeling of incapacity, he has to put in everything he has and much more in the really intense effort to survive. It is a superhuman effort. He stretched himself beyond the limit of his capacity. It is a continuous and prolonged struggle which seems to have no end. His survival depends upon it, for failure would means death and destruction. In the pathology of cancer, we see the psychotic element of building up as in a new growth with a fixity and at the same time breakdown and destruction as in syphilis. The main remedy of the cancer miasm are carcinosinum and nitric acidum. The clinical picture of the carcinosinum is of a person who is a model of perfection, one with whom it would be difficult to find fault. We often have a history of high expectation on the part of the parent and high level of performance on the part of the subject to live up to them. On one hand, we have the rubrics timidity, dwarfishness, and element from anticipation. And on another hand, the fastidiousness, obstinate, and suicidal, and dreams of the murder. These symptoms show the psychotic and syphilitic dimension both. We as well as the need to perform well. The patient is constantly striving to be perfect and in doing such things so stretch himself beyond the limit of his capacity. There is no rest or freedom from tension. This is all about cancer mass.